Hey, this is Max, another CSR2 video. This time it's the Huracan Coupe. Someone asked me on the YouTube channel to put up a tune and setup for stage 5 only that can beat Dyno. Well, that can be done, and I've tested it enough to know that it actually does beat Dyno. So here I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, that being said, one of the things you have to do with this car is try to fill out the fusions on it. I say this with every car I tune. I really don't want to tune a car until I have at least 80% or more of the fusions filled. If you're missing a few epics, it won't kill you. But if you're missing a ton of fusions, like all the epics and all the rares, then no tune's going to save you. Most likely, no matter how you tune the car, you're not going to do that well in live. Doesn't mean you won't do well in live. There are people that run cars without any fusions. They get bots, or they get bumped down to such a low lobby that they still dominate. Hey, whatever works for you, but that will make you no RP. And as we all know, if you want to get more cars with a milestone crew, you have to make RP. So any tune I work on, I focus on keeping the Evo up because I need the RP from it. If the car wins but generates 0 RP for me or 200 RP, it's not even worth it. I can get any old car, run regulation, make more money without losing and get the same effect. So why would I even go into live? The whole point of live racing is to get RP points. So your car should be Dyno, but yet has to make RP. To do that, you need fusions. Alright, all my preaching aside, the other point I want to make with this car is that it really loves its nitrous, and in fact it needs it pretty badly because it falls on its face in the higher gears. When you shift into 5th, 6th, 7th with this car, and if you're off of nitrous, as you get closer to max, it actually loses speed. So nitrous is very important. But that being said, we're running a stage 5 only setup, so let's see how the tune works to beat Dyno. It's really not that hard to do. What I did is, the best nitrous point is probably where you push more power out of the nitrous, but anytime you're running any kind of tune like this where your gears are longer, give yourself more nitrous duration. You need it. Yes, it hurts your Evo points a little bit. Yes, the car will be slightly slower in the dyno, but no, it's not bad to do that with this setup. You need extra duration of nitrous. I'll show you why in a bit, but let's go to see how we get a tune like this. This car at the current setup, one of the things you need to notice is that I set top speed to 5th gear, top of 5th. Instead of putting it to a higher gear like 7th, where you will have your highest Evo point, okay, I put it instead to 5th. Here's why. Because at some point right around here, you can now have a grip induced down tune. How does that work? Well, I've shown you in other videos that when grip and power crisscrosses at a certain point in the tune, there will be a drop in the Evo, and it's a pretty substantial one. You'll notice it when you bump down the tire by 1, it drops almost 200 points in Evo. This could be as massive as 700 points with some cars, which actually isn't a good thing. Yes, you'll beat Dyno by a huge amount, but again, you kind of lose the ability to keep the Evo points up, and you lose a lot of the benefit from a down tune. The point of a down tune is to try to beat Dyno in live and just get lobby with a slower lobby so that you can have a good chance of winning and have an easier time to win. So at 46 grip, your car's theoretical capability is 10.709. At 45 grip, it is now dropped to 11.085. This again relies on the final drive being somewhere near 5th gear, topping off at 218. Okay, so it's actually more like 210 here, but as you know, you can push into redline a little bit with these cars and it'll probably hit 215. So let's see what it runs. Again, we just showed you the dyno at 11.085. You can't launch the car perfect. You're going to have to launch it just like you do an F12. 6,500 or 6,000 RPM. Boom. Right into second in nitrous. And then all deep good to perfect shifts. Right out fifth. 213 is where I'm stuck at, believe it. You will get your best run out of the car probably without shifting into 6, because when you drop into 6, the car actually kind of falls on its face. Now, this kind of goes back to what I was talking about with nitrous. Yes, higher power nitrous, shorter duration, will give you a more aggressive looking dyno, 10.025. That's great. You may run a little faster in the actual runs too, but you'll see where the car kind of falls on its face after the nitrous wears off. So nitrous is going to wear off right in the beginning of 5th, and then it just kind of, it'll still do it, it'll still get there, and it actually does run slightly quicker, but then again your dyno also dropped by about the same amount. So that doesn't really help you that much. 10.792, but your dyno is at 10.025 compared to before, where I had it at 5.2, you have a 10.09 dyno. So the closer you get to 11 on the dyno, the closer it is, the lobby is likely to bump you into 10.9 lobby and faster. There's no, I know people have all these lobby charts, how quick this lobby is, how quick that. I understand that. I don't totally accept that being extremely accurate, but there's probably some truth to it. Its general observation is that every 3/4 tenths or so, there's a different set of cars you tend to match against, and they can run within a range on average. So if you run outside of that range, or if your car dyno's in the slow end of the range, you're going to struggle more. 11.0 is one of those things where you're at the top of the range already. However, if you're running 10.8s a lot, there's a good chance the computer will pick up that you really should be in the 10.9 lobby and not the 11.0 lobby, and boom, off you go. One way to avoid that is to actually put yourself in the slower or middle end of the 11.1 lobby, the 11.0 lobby, by putting yourself between 11.0 and 11.3. That'll be somewhere around 11.15. Regardless, 11.091 should be okay for my purposes of trying to go out there and match into a lobby that's not running quicker than 10.8s on average. Assuming your car's not bumped up, and mine was, but I did reset it as best as I could. Assuming it's not bumped up, we should be able to go into live lobby and do pretty well. You're not going to win every race with a mild down tune like what I'm doing. You're not going to beat dyno by a whole second. But what you are going to do is you're going to make some good RP points when you do win. Okay? No punctual for no man. I like this guy. It's a bot, but oh, he didn't accept my race. Alright. Okay, so this one here is a 5-star purple F40. F40s are pretty dominating in any lobby when tuned right and driven right. They're fast accelerating near the end. So all things considered, oh well, there goes that idea. All things considered, I should get the jump on him, and then he should catch me at the end and probably pass me. All right, so he's not going to be able to race me. Let's try someone different. These guys are pretty dominating in the 11 to 10 second lobbies as well. Very fast cars. He wants money. All right, it's okay. I could spare some. So with that car, usually it lobbies very well against most opponents and probably will give me a hard time. Oh, I screwed up. I'm probably going to lose this one. He's going to start accelerating right about now and catching up to me. Or not. Okay. Alright, so I won that. I screwed up the launch on that one. I launched too late, rode second, but I still beat my dyno by a little bit, and I actually made some money on that too. Re-challenge. I'm not going to give his money back. He asked for it. So he can earn it back with me by trading. I will happily trade with him if he wants to, but I am not going to just give him his money back. Alright, so this one is the way you should have launched and driven it. Now I'm just going to kind of let him cruise past me. and get his win. But you can see in the 11-0 lobby, even a 10-9 can give you a good chance of winning. He got his run. He left. I'm sure he's not happy he lost some money. So there you go. Dyno beating run in what should be a 11-second lobby. I would challenge him again, but if he wants money, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll go play with someone else. He can get it from other people, I'm sure. That card's pretty quick. Let's see. Let's try this guy. So again, Dyno beating, all stage 5. I'm not running any stage 6. If I had stage 6, I would probably trade off something for a stage 6 nitrous, because that's always a good part to use on this car. And that automatically will give you more horsepower and a longer duration at that power. So your car is definitely going to run better with this setup. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Try out the setup, try out the tune. But again, you can buy Hurricanes from the dealership to max this car out, so there's no reason to run this car missing a bunch of fusions. I have a second account with this car, which is missing a bunch of fusions, and the only way this tune works for that car is if I had stage 6 nitrous installed, because my turbo has no fusions in it. And what I did is I actually got rid of all my turbo stages and just ran stage 6 nitrous in its place, and I did okay. Until I did that though, I was losing quite a bit. So that tells you that fusions and parts with fusions in it are very important. Okay, he ran 11.08. I can definitely beat that, but he ran off. Well, anyway, there you go. Stage 5, Dyno beating tune, works in live. Any questions, leave comments, leave a like if you learned something and this was helpful to you. And subscribe to the channel. I will be adding new videos on a regular basis. Thank you for watching.